Once again, my friends, we say, what do we say? We say that every night, about this time, we say, we got a show for you, a big one. Tonight, a triple. This is for the time capsule, for the archives. I ran across did I say good morning? Good morning, good show. I ran across a magazine which is being embraced by the news dealers, and it's selling out on the newsstands. A favorite topic of mine called Femme Fatale. That might mean the wicked woman or the other woman who drives married men, shall we say, mad or bad. And when I ran across the lady who writes the articles, I invited this lady, whose name is Debbie Rochon. She's an actress who writes for the magazine. I invited Jamie Deroy. Jamie Deroy has got to be Miss New York Nightlife. She is everywhere. She knows everybody. She is sophisticated. I invited Miss Marisol Karreri, who's one of our favorite young actresses who plays femme fatales. Miss Joanne Agresti, who does a show, very jazzy show, all about jazz, cool jazz, hot jazz. We're going to analyze the world of femme fatales. And Richie Weinstein is here, and Phil St. James, all of our good friends to help me analyze the world of wicked women. Now, I thought it might be fun for a nostalgic moment to show you maybe one femme fatale of yesteryear. When she wasn't in King Kong, Fay Wray found time to be in The Most Dangerous Game with Joel McCrea and Leslie Banks. Old time, movie time, new show today known as this one. Following these words, let's watch closely. We shall return, I promise.
Spend Sunday in the Wild West with...
I would love to ask this very distinguished panel of actresses what I asked Lynn Redgrave the other night on the radio. I introduced her as a very illustrious young actor, and she liked that. And I wanted your feeling on how you feel about the way the media and the public nowadays are referring to actresses as actors, that genderless term known as actor instead of actress. Let me start with Jamie Deroy. You don't mind when I called you an actor?
No, it takes the sex out of it. I mean,
yeah.
When I started in this business, you were a girl singer or a boy singer. I mean, it was kind of obvious which one you were, but they always said that now you're just a performer.
Maybe even years ago, Lynn Redgrave pointed out to me that possibly the word actress kind of evoked something like immoral behavior. The word actress or model, I don't want to say sleazy, but it was people would smirk when they heard that word actress years ago, maybe. Let me get a feeling from Debbie Rochon, a very popular young actor named Debbie Rochon. What's your feeling?
I think it's great because we're not just models. I mean, actress, when I think of actress, I think of model. And I just think actor is more serious, and it gives it more credit.
I want to say to you that I'm a fan of your writings in Femme Fatale magazine.
Thank you.
Who wants to give me a potential definition of what it means to... Claire Stevens, who is a noted radio and TV hostess and leading lady. How would you describe Femme Fatale? Like fatal woman, I guess? What?
Yeah, I guess literally that's how you would think of it, but kind of the other woman, as you spoke about before.
The wicked, dangerous.
Yeah, the one
Debbie?
You got to keep your eyes out for.
Oh yeah, proceed at your own risk, right?
That's right.
Debbie, how would you break it down?
Kind of the sexy woman of the films. The other woman is good. The mistress as opposed to wife, maybe.
The home wrecker, the home breaker, right?
Right.
Jamie?
My past life.
I know that. let me tell you about today's panel. Jamie Deroy has got to be Miss New York Nightlife, Miss Cabaret, and this is still Cabaret month, and this lady wins all the awards. You got to tell us, Jamie, maybe what's hot and what's not hot in cabaret life in general.
Well, I think so much is hot. I mean, this is really the end of Cabaret month. I'm summing it up at the Ballroom on Sunday the 28th, but we've had a really amazing month of entertainment, and MAC, the Cabaret Association, has been very busy. We just had the MAC Awards, and there's, you know, like one of my guests, Miss Coco, who is a female impersonator, but does political satire. He's going to be on my show. That's a very big thing these days. Characterization, men wearing dresses, and I've got a Benjamin Levy, who's a magician, and some singer-songwriters. And
what are some of the satirical things you do, or some of the characters you might play?
Well, I've got a new thing because my high school reunion's coming up, so I've got a Weeden, Finkel, and Fay song called the Reunion Prayer, And
Nothing about femme fatales, huh?
no, I think I'm past that now that I'm a married woman.
No,
I
you're
can't do
not.
that.
No, you're not. Absolutely not.
I'm not?
Joan Collins. We have a lot of femme fatales that are
I'd have to
many
dye my
actors.
hair black again.
And years ago there was the famous vamp or the vampire named Theda Bara.
Oh, right.
Remember that
I
name?
remember the name, sure.
Theda Bara is Arab death, spelled backwards and sideways. And she was really called, her real name was Theodosia Goodman. And she was born in New York City, I think, but they made her into a vamp with that name, Theda Bara. So what's the
Hard to be a femme fatale with the name of Goodman, right?
not easy.
Right.
What's the current article, Debbie Rochon? You're writing about B
Well,
movies, you said?
Yeah, this is basically the women in B movies. This article in this particular issue is about a film that I did, Do You Like Women?
Have we got a clip here today?
Yes.
Do you like women?
Do You Like Women?
I think I have a scene from you.
Well, Joe, do you?
Oh, yeah, boy.
I gave it to you, Joe. You must have
If I was only 3 months younger, right? Let me flump around for that picture, but I'll find. So what happens in that? Oh, I found it. Is that
Oh,
you?
good.
Which one are you?
In the pot. I'm
In the
the
pot.
one in the pot. Yeah.
Getting
in the
cooked.
pot. I'm
There
being
is-
stewed.
They don't make many B. See, years ago they don't make many B pictures nowadays, right? What
No,
was
well, originally a B movie was the second feature in a drive-in, usually black and white.
it? Right.
So what we consider B movies now are you know.
Now we
whole
get
different
X movies, and R movies. Not many B movies. What do you want to say, Jamie?
Well, I think that they don't start off to make a B movie, but they end up with a lot of B
Mm-hmm.
movies. They really, what they become are great video sales, not, they don't do well in the theaters, but they do okay in video.
What do you think, Claire?
I would think so. As a matter of fact, when I think of a B movie, and I hope I don't mean to offend anybody, but sometimes it kind of a lower budget comes to mind. It's the kind of movie that people make sometimes on a shoestring and sometimes turn out to be blockbusters.
Well, the apropos question there would be, how do you think the camcorder revolution is going to really change the film? Now they're giving, I heard Siskel and Ebert, is that the way you say Siskel and Ebert? They were giving a rave review to a movie that cost $7,000 to make.
Right.
With a camcorder. It's going to make millions, and it costs $7,000, right? Could be a whole
Oh,
new...
yeah, well, the girl on the IRT, I mean, there's a whole lot of low-budget films that are doing very well right now.
Mm-hmm. That's the answer, right? Richie, what is your... Richie Ornstein is a triviologist, but nothing trivial about this glamorous panel. Any dialogue, any conversation so far, Richie?
Well, I have to see Jamie at the Cabaret, that's for sure. And as far as B movies go, one of the greatest presidents started out in B movies, Ronald Reagan.
It's true. Very true.
Kind of ended up that way, too.
And I think B, in some ways, but B movies are great. What do you like about Femme Fatale?
The magazine?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's so great because it gives the women in film a lot of focus and something to really showcase themselves. They can have articles about themselves or their films, and women don't have as much of a chance in film as men get. So this magazine is really a good vehicle for a lot of women in B films.
What do you kids like or not like about today's movies in general? I like to talk about, I mean, the plots, the lighting, the direct. Years ago, I mean, you could name all the direct. I don't know. I hardly know any direct. Years ago, Cecil B. DeMille, George Cukor, right, and William Wyler. Well, today it's kind of a blur. But I mean, I'm not condemning them. But what do you like or not like mainly about today's movies, starting with Jamie Deroy?
Well, I'm prejudiced. I have a movie opening today called Married to It, and the director is Arthur Hiller, who I think is a wonderful director who's probably most famous for Love Story. But this movie got caught up in the Orion problems, and so it was done really almost 2 years ago.
Directed by who?
Arthur Hiller.
Oh,
he
he's
also
good.
did The Babe and The In-Laws, and, you know, I get to play a newscaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
My
big
next
news
job.
is, right? The big news is, directed by who? Billy Wilder? I want to get. But
yeah, I
those were the
wish.
great names. Those are the names I know.
Right,
What do you want to say, Debbie, about today's pictures? Good or
well,
bad?
see, there's good in the old pictures and there's good in the new pictures. For example, The Thing, the original The Thing, it hardly showed the monster at all, and it was a brilliant film. Then when they remade the film, they showed everything, and that was also very good.
Want to see a little bit of Debbie's movie, Claire?
yes.
Richie?
Yes, let's
We're going to give this a preview. I think it's going to be the next, the Nobel Prize winner, right? The Nobel.
The B movies?
No bells.
A little bit
Boneyard
of
Bell.
a movie called
Do You Like Women?
Do You Like Women? And you're the leading lady?
Yes.
Is it a big budget or is it a
It was made on credit cards, Joe. That's what it was made on. And a lot of promises.
on old celluloid, and it goes something like this, a sampling of Do You Like Women? a touch.
It's okay, it's okay. It's just me, Susan.
Don't ever do that to me again.
I'm sorry. The door was unlocked, so I just let myself in. What's happening?
Well, Miss Fassbender and her friends arrived a little before expected.
Did they see you?
No. I was going out the back as they were coming in the front. I think it's important. It may be a ledger or an account book or something.
Is this all you got?
In the time I had. Is there anything we can use?
Sure, if you want to whip up an omelet or a souffle.
What?
This is a cookbook, Ace. You stole the cookbook.
That's the kind of picture they got to reshoot it before they put it on the shelf, right?
That's right, exactly.
I'm only kidding. It's gonna be a smash.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a really great comedy.
You play a femme fatale in that movie, Debbie?
Yeah, I did. She becomes one. She becomes one. She has to get tough to get out of that situation.
I just thought of a tough one named Cleopatra and what she did to Caesar.
Uh-huh,
Right?
yeah.
Not Irving Caesar, not Sid Caesar. But how about Madame Bovary? Well, let's analyze. Who was on? Would you like to play that kind of a part, Claire? Or even
I
though-
sure would. I would love it. I think it would be fun.
Mean, wicked, evil,
Sexy.
sexy, dangerous, right?
Dangerous.
Anyhow, Jamie, the big news is that cabaret life is expanding, and when the sun goes out at night, it gets dark. A lot of people don't know what happens around town at night. So
Oh, there's so much that happens in New York City. It's amazing, from jazz clubs and comedy clubs and cabarets, from 88's in the Village to Don't Tell Mama to the Cafe Carlisle. It just, it doesn't matter. It's Caroline's and the Improv, and you just go out every night of the week. You can see 3 different shows. The ballroom has such a variety of things. Like last week was Clint Holmes, this week is me. They have a Brazilian festival. I think that's what's wonderful about cabaret, is the potpourri of it all.
Claire, you're going to drop in there one night and catch Debbie's movie and Jamie?
I would love to stop in.
Let
and
me
see that, sure.
tell you that Claire was here the other night to talk about her seminar, and I wanted her to come back and meet these glamorous ladies today, which she did. We shall return with more exciting people to join our illustrious panel following these words. Let's watch. Let's say, how would a femme fatale say? Give me that mean look. Give me that mean look once.
Get
Say,
back here.
Don't you dare go away.
Don't you dare go away.
We shall return following these words.
I call the line.
Boom, a little bit of reintroduction, all these glamorous femme fatales. Debbie Rochon, whose movie, one more time, is called?
Do you like women?
Yes. And Jamie Deroy, who invites us to Cabaret Month. Where again now?
Well, I'll be at the Ballroom on Sunday, March 28th at 7 o'clock.
A long time alongside Miss Deroy is Joanne Agresti, a very jazzy lady. She's created a one-woman show called Jazzing It Up, comprising jazz and bebop. And the word is getting around, according to this cabaret hotline, that Joanne is, quote, absolutely wonderful, unquote. You can't knock that review, right?
Yes.
What does that mean, jazzing it up? You do hot jazz, cool jazz, all kind of jazz?
I do cool jazz and standards, some of the great music from the 40s, Nat King Cole.
What makes jazz exciting to you? What makes it exciting to you and to the audience? What's the...
Jazz, to me, it's the freedom. It's
Right.
interpreting the lyrics and the phrasing and taking your own melody line.
I've got a trivia question. Who was known as the king of jazz years ago? King of jazz. Everybody say Paul Whiteman. He was the king of jazz. We got to bring
Got
back
us
him.
there.
Say it. You weren't there?
No,
But
you got us on that one.
You governed us.
We failed this test.
I wasn't there. My governors tell me, right? So how would your show go over, Joanne? Let's say in Hong Kong or Bangkok. Is jazz universal in that respect?
I think jazz is definitely universal. It's very big in Tokyo and in Europe. They have a jazz festival in Germany every year around this time. So it seems to be spreading.
Who wants to be a femme fatale now and say, don't give me that jazz? Who's going to say? How did that phrase come into being? Don't give me all that jazz.
Don't give me that jazz.
Oh, yeah. Our topic, Joanne, has been femme fatales. What's your feeling on those kind of dangerous women?
My feeling about femme fatales is we've been around since the beginning of time. Would you like an apple, Joe?
Yes, yes, Eve. Yes, Eve. Let me get a feeling from Marisol Karreri, who's in so many movies and soap operas. And you were here last time, and
Yes.
I was told that we jammed the theater for you last time.
Well, and I want to thank you very much for inviting me to your show.
What is the
again.
new show? I want to go see it.
Okay, it's called Zarita's Revenge. It's about this hot, mischievous, loving Latin girl.
Spicy.
Very spicy.
Like you.
Exactly. It's a lot of fun. Directed by Jay Tanzi of the Madison Avenue Theater, written by Henry Williams, and produced by Victor Campitello. And it's a fun-loving show. It's an original script. It's at the Stanford Meisner Theater. We open March 31st.
Any feeling on this topic, Ms. Karreri?
Yes, I think it's nice, especially this magazine, because it exposes women as being very sexy, and it talks about what women are doing out there, whether it be B movies, A movies. And
I was reading where everybody has within them one unwritten, bombastic autobiography. Let's say that you were. Well, what might be the opening chapter? If we were starting with Debbie. What would be something you were writing? Your life, your book. Shock us.
Shock you? Well, it would be basically that I come from a very dysfunctional family.
Really?
And for, a couple of years when I was very young, I had to live on the street. And that's where I came from.
True?
In Canada, very true, yeah.
Boy. Jamie.
I have nothing that exciting, and I feel overdressed. I don't know.
I know that feeling.
Underexposed and overdressed.
Marisol Agresti.
I was discovered singing in the shower.
Really?
I
By
had
Johnny Carson?
No, it was very funny. A woman who was an assistant producer on the TV show Dynasty was staying with me while she was interviewing after the show closed, and I didn't realize the walls were so thin, and I was singing away. When I came out, she said, "You should get into this business."
That show's called Dynasty? I thought it was called Dynasty. No, we're doing nasty parts there. Yeah. Continue.
Nasty. That was clever.
Your blockbuster.
My blockbuster would be, I don't know, I guess it'd be the struggling young actress and all of the wild things that you have to go through.
Like? Such as?
Such as?
Name one?
Being a femme fatale.
Right. You could do that role.
Sure. Just the horrible thing is just dealing with a lot of the nasty things that you have to put up with, a lot of prejudice in this industry as a woman, and being typecasted a lot of times. Especially as a minority, if you're Latin or if you're Oriental, you have to put up with a lot, and it's
That's a legitimate gripe, ladies. Yes, Joanne?
Yeah.
Yes, Debbie?
Yes.
Well, you're never typecast, right, Miss Deroy? You're always you?
I used to be typecast. When I had black hair, I was either too Jewish or too Italian. Whatever they wanted, I was the other.
Right.
And now with silver hair, I don't know, just, they don't know what to do with silver
Now you
hair.
have Scotch and
Now
have
I'm
some.
an executive type.
These ladies, we're setting up a film clip of Miss Joanne. Joanne, do you want to mention any certain... You're going to do some progressive jazz like Stan Kenton someday? You're going to...
I don't know how progressive.
And any forthcoming engagement you want to mention?
Yes, I'll be appearing at 88's. I'm opening on Mother's Day. And it's a Sunday brunch and a show following. It's at 3 o'clock. And that's in the West Village in New York City. And then there'll be a follow-up show on the 16th of May.
This man says you're going from small rooms to chic hotel rooms and big recording contracts. Can't knock that, right?
From your mouth to God's ears.
Guaranteed, right. He's listening, right? We shall... They want to touch or stump the panel, Richie. Then we're going to show a little bit of Joanne.
Marilyn Monroe portrayed Sherry and sang That Old Black Magic in what 1956 movie?
Bus Stop.
Very good, Debbie. Terrific.
One more tough one.
Marlo Thomas portrayed Anne Marie in what television series?
That girl.
Oh, you girls are
Here
hot.
is
Very
that
good.
girl named Joanne Agresti, an example of what happens in a very popular, young, jazzy, and bebop nightclub act, and it goes something like this. A touch, a sample.
Tonight, while our hearts are aglow, oh, tell me the words that I'm longing to know. My prayer and the answer you give, may they still be the same for as long as we live.
Now, from the makers of The Club, America's most popular auto anti-theft device, comes a revolutionary new product for your home. Introducing the Door Club. The Door Club is today's answer to increased home security. Able to withstand over 1 ton of force, the Door Club is proven to be more effective than standard chain locks and deadbolts. The Door Club is simple to install and can easily be used by any member of your family. In this position, the Door Club adds maximum security to your entrance doors. A simple turn of the Door Club now allows you to view visitors with added confidence and safety. Here, the Door Club rests out of the way, ready to reattach in seconds. To order, call 1-800-CLUB-321 or send $59.95 plus $5 shipping and handling to Door Club, 32 West State Street, Sharon, Pennsylvania, 16146.
On April 17th, the way you buy electronics and appliances will change forever.
Joanne, invite us.
Please come to 88th. It's in the West Village. The show is opening on Mother's Day at 3 o'clock.
Jamie.
Please come to the ballroom for my talk and variety show on Sunday at 7 o'clock on March 28th.
Debbie, invite me somewhere, please.
Many femme fatales, including myself, will be at the Chiller Theater Convention on May 15th and 16th at the Farley Dickinson University's Rothman Center in Hackensack, New Jersey.
And we invite you to have a great weekend, and don't be a homewrecker, be a nice lady, right? Let's hear it for the femme fatales.
Yeah.